Hi everyone, my name is Michael Coleman. I'm with Fishing with Michael, and today I'm going to show you guys how to rig and use a triple wobbler setup for summer Chinook out in the Columbia River. So starting off, the rod I am using is an Okuma Guide Slit Classic 10'6", 20 to 40 pound line rating rod. That's important. The length is important because you want to keep your line off the water, because there's a lot of line out there. You're running it out pretty far, so you want to keep your line off the water to reduce drag. And you want to have something that's heavy enough to handle all of those wobblers out there, something sensitive enough in the tip where you can see the bites. And then the reel, I'm using an Okuma cold water line counting reel. That's important because you need the line counter to be able to tell where exactly you are out in the water. Because if you take it out 250 feet and you get a fish, you want to know that you were out 250 feet so you can replicate it and get another fish. I'm using 60 pound braid. You can use, I wouldn't really recommend it, but you can use 40, 50, or 60 pound braid. Something a little heavier, but not something super heavy where you're gonna get a lot of drag with a thick diameter line. All right, coming down from my main line, I have 2 beads. This is gonna protect your bead chain from weeds, because the Columbia River has a lot of weeds in it. So this is just gonna deflect a lot of weeds. And this is an 8 bead chain going down to a dual lock, and then going to a 3-way swivel. The bead chains are important because there's 3 wobblers out there, and they're all going to be spinning, and you don't want all your line to get twisted up, and then it's just going to get tangled. So that's why the bead chains are very important here. So coming from your 3-way, the middle part, this is where your leader is going to go. Another dual lock, another bead chain, and then this is 50 pound mono, 2.5 feet to a bead. This is gonna prevent your float from sliding over your bead chain. The float I'm using is one of the Simon's wobbler floats. You want something bigger because these are big wobblers. And then below that, another bead. This is gonna prevent your wobbler from going over your bead chain again. And then 2.5 feet of 40 pound mono to your wobbler. And you're gonna have, coming down or coming to the bottom part of your 3-way, you're gonna have 9 feet of 50 pound mono, and then you're gonna repeat what you did in the top. And then you're gonna do another 9 feet down to another 3-way, and then off the middle part of your 3-way, you're gonna have your dual lock, bead chain, that whole thing, 2.5 feet, 50 pound, another bead chain, 2.5 feet, 40 pound, to your wobbler. And then coming off the bottom part of your 3-way is it's gonna be your dropper line. This is 10 pound mono. What you wanna use is a light line. So when you get that fish, you're gonna set the hook so you can break off the rock, because you don't wanna be dragging a big rock in while you're fighting the fish. That's why you wanna use 10 pound, so it'll break easily. I'm gonna show you guys how to tie on the rock with your dropper. So first you're gonna take your line and double it over, and you're gonna just tie overhand knot. This is what you're gonna put your line through once you've wrapped it all. It's gonna secure it so it doesn't just fall off. You're just gonna hold that on the rock with your thumb or something, and you're just gonna start wrapping your line around the rock. You're gonna wanna do a bunch of wraps so your line will stay on the rock, not just fall off. So that's really annoying. You tie your rock up, get it out there, and then it all just comes undone, and you have to reel it in and retie. You're just gonna wrap it around a bunch, make sure to secure it down. That's about good, and then pull out about this much, cut it, find that loop you made. The loop that I made is right here. I'm gonna just put it right through that loop, pull it tight, pull it forward. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna get all these wrappings, and you're gonna get them together, get those ones together, and these ones, put your line under. All right, that's good. So right now, I'm gonna be using like an 8-inch dropper. So I'm gonna cut off about that much. So these Chinook like to be really close to the bottom. And then you're gonna tie it onto your bottom three-way. And tie it on. I'm just gonna use a normal fisherman's knot. Cut the tag end off. There you go. That's your dropper and your rock. This is gonna break off, and then you're just gonna be fighting straight to the fish. All right. Because of your wobbler, it's just a plain piece of metal. There is really no scent on it. Other than flashing, there isn't much that's enticing a bite. So what you want to do is add some scent to it. So here I'm using a Procure Salmon Slammer Super Gel. What you want to do is put a little bit right here and just spread it around, get it all nice and even. All right, I'm gonna show you guys how to run out your setup. So now, my spindles are all out. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna reel up all that slack that's in the water. You can see, I pull it tight, my rod slowly straightens out. That means there's a lot of slack out in the water. Also, my line is going way out that way. Again, it straightens out a little bit, but it stays bent. That means you're straight with your gear, and when a fish bites, you're gonna feel it and you're gonna see it. I'm getting the rod holder. I'm gonna pull up all that slack from tight with my gear. I'm at 240 feet. No, 250 feet. So if I got a fish here, I know that at 250 feet there's fish running through. So if I get a fish here, I'm gonna reel it up and get back out to the same spot. All right, thank you for watching my how-to plunk a triple wobbler setup. Hope you learned something. Hope I can get you out in the water, catching fish. Stay tuned for the next video and fish on.